You start on that end, I'll start over here.
Sounds good, Cathy. Up next on the Green Update, we're going to give you some tips on how to get your hands dirty and start some seedlings.
And now, Newswatch at 5:30 continues.
You're watching Newswatch at 5:30, and we're still here in downtown Peterborough hanging out at Fab Collectibles. And we're going to come back and take a look at more fabulous items in just a little bit. But now it's time to switch it up and head to the Green Update, where it's all about seedlings.
I noticed we got one of these catalogs in the mail the other day, Cathy.
Absolutely, it's a sure sign that spring is just around the corner.
There's itchy gardening fingers for sure. They want to get their hands dirty. It's time to plant seeds, at least some seeds. What do you recommend we should do?
Well, if you want to grow your own seedlings for your garden, the first thing is to think about how much light you have. Maybe you can help fill this up.
Sure.
You really need to have about 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight for seedlings to do well. So a south-facing window would be absolutely critical. Or if you don't have that, you can get away with fluorescent light that's really close to the top of the seedlings.
Okay, and now we're moving soil around here. What types should we be using?
Well, I really like to use commercial potting mix. You can make your own, but that you have to sterilize it in the oven, and it's kind of a long, smelly process. So this time of year, you can get these porous commercial mixes in most garden centers and hardware stores.
Now we're putting it in this type of container. You don't just have to use commercial types. You can also use sour cream containers for that matter.
Absolutely. You can make your own container with whatever you have around the house, but I think the important thing is that you make some holes for drainage. So if we were going to plant into something like this, we'd get out our drill or our hammer and make some drainage holes.
A bit of a construction project.
Absolutely.
Now, what types of seeds should we be planting this time of year? I know it's late February, early March. There's definitely probably some we don't want to start too early.
Right. Well, a lot of people do start their seedlings too early, and I would strongly recommend that you just read on the back of your seed packets, and that will tell you how close to the frost-free date that you need to start these things indoors. So here, it's usually here you can just cover them over. Yep.
And now that we have them covered over, I'm assuming water is an important part as well?
Yeah, we definitely want to make sure they have enough water, and don't forget to label them before we forget what we've planted there.
And we've planted brandywine tomatoes?
We have, an heirloom tomato. And make sure that you give your seedlings a good watering, water them thoroughly when you do water them, and then let them dry out between waterings. If you give them too much, a fungus can move in that will kill all the seedlings. So you can touch the soil before the next time you think, oh, it's feeling pretty dry to the touch, I better give them some more water.
All right. Well, Cathy, it was good to get my hands dirty yet again. It's been a few months. Thanks for talking to me today, and we'll see you again next week on the Green Update.